Let's send it to the ring for the official introductions of Lewis.
This bout once again is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. The
spray painted his cultural aggression job.
That's what he needs to do. I mean, I think early in the fight to get Lennox worn down.
Bull rushed him moments ago.
Use his body because he can't lay back. You know, very few guys in the world could.
Just under 6'2", 236 pounds, and he knows exactly that many times the shorter guy can stick.
From the outside, he tries to pick you with it. A guy like Mercer should throw it in. Forget about trying to land perfect jab, because if he tried to...
The jab, two right hands upstairs, went downstairs with a right hand.
Wear the big man down.
This is exactly the start that he was looking for against Lound. Came in well, utilized right hands to the body on the inside. One. Back in September of '94, saw him in his last fight in October against Tommy Morrison. He was at 247.
Well, it looked to me in the corner state calm, but he was also at the same time trying to catch his breath. He didn't want to maybe appear to do that at all against Morrison in the whole fight. Mercer put a lot more pressure on that first round. You know, you start slow at such a fast pace from Mercer.
That right, and you can see Mercer very much willing to throw that hand to the body, and a good combination that finished with a rusher.
Mercer, he's just such a tough guy, though. Like, it just looks, and it doesn't even seem to phase Ray Mercer. And I think Ray Mercer phases him. That makes doubts creep into your mind. And I think next back, like right here, I feel like he should use his strength and maneuver Lennox very strong.
Let him know he's in a fight, like he did with putting that head right into the chest of Lewis while he swings Mercer.
Right. Oh.
Another right hand comes in. Crowd.
He's got to show no respect. He's got to keep this going. Don't let Lennox regroup. He work harder than he's used to.
Lennox back. What a strong start to the chance of USA here at M.
Biggest liars in the world. Trust me.
You would know. Johnson, round 3, scheduled for 10. Lewis, you know all about him. Shockingly, KO hunting down a super fight with Mike Tyson. In fact, now he takes this fight against Ray Mercer. He better worry more about an inspired Ray Mercer here at Mouth with Ray Mercer. Prior to that, he had a draw against him. Prior to that, he had the circumstances, the rematch.
Right. You know, the crazy thing about boxing is so much of it is mentoring against Lennox Lewis. He's feeling more enthusiasm than he fighting Marion Wilson, maybe fearing for his life, you know? And logically, he knows, I mean, what a win. Beating those other guys would be gigantic, so he knows that.
His chin, his ability to take a punch, and what that has only been down once in his career. That was in his fight goes on, and Lewis realizes that some of the big shots don't
lose, because the way you think when you're in a fight isn't the way you think where you hit a guy with your best shot and he doesn't appear to be affected. The fighters in the world do that. So, you know, his toughness, Ray's tough.
Triple jab from Lewis, then a right hand,
and Mercer
comes right back. At all. In fact, all it drew was return fire from round 4. Tender John Scully. Good work with the jab from Lewis here. There's a right hand from Mercer, and then sweeps in with the left hand. Good combination from Lennox Lewis. He started off with a left hook.
He's got to get that distance, though. He's allowing Ray to get on, then Ray lands.
Oh, how about that combination? He finished it with the right hand. That's the beauty and the experience.
Now he's getting a little confident. He's got to stay with the jab, keep this going.
Off a devastating right uppercut. Missed the target. 4th round. Best offensive output so far from Lennox.
Take this back from him. He's on a good roll here.
There's the same combination. It starts with that body shot.
Good shot.
Mercer with a couple of right hands.
Uh-oh. Let go ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
He's got to pick. No, Ray knows that he's got to put a big effort forth. If he doesn't, he could let that big lead go. So there he goes.
Off 2, 3 uppercuts of his own. Now fires back with a series, taking it right to Lennox Lewis.
He's blowing the rounds.
Mercer comes back.
Wait, give it to me.
Heavyweight fight at MSG that eventually brings it out, a guy right here in this 4th round. Oh my, what a round.
Best round. Big round, champ.
Yep. Best rounds of the year. You can see them working on the cut, on the lip in that 4th round. 29 power shots by Lewis.
That hunger and desire and probably extra power from Lennox. He's seen it stung. Lennox is coming back. He's not taking it. You know what I mean? He's giving it.
4th round between Lennox Lewis and Ray Mercer. You know what? It will open up. Well, guess what? It has.
But I don't think a cut in his mouth, a fighter doesn't care about that.
No, not at all. Out there, he starts cutting your wind. But the way Ray Mercer is fighting tonight.
This is, to me, is going to be a very pivotal round because they finished up. Somebody has to stay with that. They've got to show that they've still got something.
Canty Jr. after those 2 left hands on the belt.
I think it looks like they're both trying to take a...
In the 4th round, probably took a lot out of the gas tank of both guys. Conditioning issues with Lennox Lewis. Coming into this fight, I have seen him in the 230s and then more recently at 241.
These guys have to realize this is a 10-round fight. That's not a long time. But this one is a close fight. And I know they're both trying to... Lennox is doing a little bit more right now.
Of scheduled 12-round fights, as he has been a world fights as a WBO heavyweight belt holder. And at least from our vantage point, we felt that Ray Mercer just and fought. Mercer was able to fight his fight up until that 4th. There's a right hand from Mercer.
Break, step back.
Some field around. It's pretty close. Lennox probably has a little edge, but
the double jab from Mercer, and he goes back to it. Been very important.
Give me a towel across his legs.
Ray Mercer, found success in the form of a gold medal in the '88 Olympic Games. Heavyweight gold medalist in those same games. Now career for Ray Mercer that has taken a circuitous route is destined for more greatness to come, including trying to get a court order mandate for offense to deal with the persistent and determined. Last fight had a similarly strong start against. Will that same form take hold here? Jab from Lewis, tried to come with the right hand behind it.
Asserting himself a little more, being a little more, taking the initiative. So he could even it up right here if he stays with that jab.
So John Scully on your scorecard, now some close rounds in there, but and Lewis coming out strong, especially in that 4th round.
Right, I would say 4th, definitely Lennox, and then the 5th, was back.
Lennox, who was very nice work with the right hand. He tests the uppercut once again. He comes in with a left hook.
If he could push a guy like Ray back, if I was training, you're losing. No doubt, because you're not a slick boxer. You're knocking out.
Tommy Morrison learned the hard way last October. To that kitchen and firing it up. Lefts and rights.
He just landed several hard shots. That was what he needs to do. And he needs probably a little bit more than he is.
Break.
Referee Arthur Mercanti Jr., his son, his shining moment. Of course, the fight of the century on March 8th in this building.
Watch the heads down.
Looked like there was a wild uppercut miss.
With the uppercut, he's better at it when he's inside and he digs down.
Punching you, that's that simple. When you get a guy get a good volley like that, you got to come back and hit after that. You got to let yourself go. You can't let the shots go. If you keep letting this man is tired, he's spitting up blood, but you're not.
See, now here comes Mercer. Now he could have stole around with that, probably a little bit too much. And if he has a good burst like that, but so he's got to dig down a little bit more, maybe twice around instead of once.
Judges' scorecards. I want to ask you something that we heard after Lewis. We talked about the psychology of Stewart early on. You're behind on points.
Right, I like that, and he's obviously got a guy that wants to fight. This guy, Mercer, desperation, some desire, to dig down because fighting, you're not so up for it. Mercer's up tonight.
No, Stewart saying you're behind on points with only 4 rounds is a huge favorite in, and simply just needs to get through to cash in potentially against Mike Tyson.
They touched instinctively. They touch gloves with each other at the end of the round, and I don't like to see that. I don't like when guys show too much respect like that. Mercer's holding a little bit more on the inside. Well, now he's not.
Well, not at all for Ray Mercer. But as you talked about, fighting in spots, letting opportunities like this exist for Lennox Lewis.
In the first 3 rounds, as a human being, he's going to fight back. You know what I mean? He feels the fight maybe
inside.
So Ray has got to pick it up.
Now you see, and Mercanti Jr., that's where you talk about John Scully, just will make the difference in a close fight, and with such a golden op going around the back of Lennox Lewis.
Right. He's getting a little effort, could sway the judges easily.
And Mercer falls in. Combination. Couple of right hands went to the body, and probably enough to...
Got to push 3 rounds. You got to win all of them to win a decision, okay? Okay? Been here for
urgency in both coming off that 7th round, where maybe we
felt like at the end of the last round, Mercer, as a reaction, from my experience, I would say that's not a good thing for him, to touch the round.
In other words, in a way, he turns.
That's exactly it, and human beings, not just fight, but human beings do that.
Trying to target that right hand now is Lennox. No belt on the line here tonight at Madison Square Garden. Mercer now, keep in mind, many rounds were close early on. The pursuit here, specifically in the first 3 rounds, if he keeps eating uppercuts like bite, with a sensational war-like 4th round, and only the 4th fight going back to May last. The first fight where things haven't gone according to... So, as we enter the deeper water, still some...
I think fatigue is probably setting in. Grabbed a hold of both of them at this point. And that's what... at this point, right at this very moment, I'm not sure who's dealing better.
The decision to give a little more. Who will be willing to do this?
Close round. Lennox should jab snapping, take advantage of the fact that Ray doesn't seem to have that.
There's a nice right hand from Lennox Lewis here in the final minute, something in order to prove that he's worthy of getting a notch from the judge from hitting on the break.
It could be a thing. Maybe he wants to have a strong finish.
Step back.
End of 8. Tessitore and John, I want to get your take on what we heard. Mercer, they were saying, he's more tired than you. Pointing over the line, he can use his legs. He's more tired than you. Who's telling the truth?
But, all corners do that. You want the guy to feel like, if he feels like maybe quitting or easing back, the guys might be a little bit more tired.
At this point in the fight, winning 3 straight, coming where he placed many right hands like that one right there that he just placed to Ray. 1-year layoff, a loss to Evander Holyfield, age of 94, and now here 2 years removed from Lewis. The Lennox Lewis we saw against Tommy Morrison, the 9th round here, a full 8.5 rounds of Ray Mercer. Just looking good tonight.
Right, well, it's a different style. Like, he's forcing Lennox to throw more punches. Against Morrison, Lennox, now he's being forced to throw when he probably doesn't feel like it, and that makes...
Strategies and the ability to execute them determine fights.
Lennox fight him back and catch him in the middle of those punches, because he's not going to be 6 jabs to 1 right hand.
Lennox up on it, and Mercer takes it right into his chest again, not firing anything at hand. That misses. For the most part, this has been a nondescript round.
Up for grabs round right here. One guy has got to show that desperation. I mean, their head to push them through the last 30 seconds.
Come on, break! Shanti even gets in on the act saying, who wants it? He knows how they've been rooting on their American interest all night long. Is to upset the Big Brit. John Scully, how did you score it? Mercer the first 3 rounds. Now, some of those rounds have been close, but yes, pedal a little bit and jumped out in front. Still that 9th round.
Right, here's the thing. The first 3 I thought were clearly for Ray, so have for Lennox. But there was a couple in there that could have went the other way. So in scoring like...
It has that feel. It's that kind of fight. Lennox down behind the head of Ray Mercer. This will be a critical...
2 guys from going for a big knockout is apparently fatigued now because there's a good chance I could lose, especially Mercer. Mercer, even if he looks bad doing it.
Break! Step back. Break!
And now it's break as he was pushing down on the back. Lewis happy to clinch. Final minute. Lewis backing up. And once again,
the risk losing badly to win big.
As Lewis was able to get his left paw up and deflect it.
He's got to finish strong. He's got to go for
Regret the way these final 3 minutes played out when they look back.
A little more desperate because Lennox is the bigger name. The guy that was...
Lennox Lewis had a 235 to 223 advantage into a majority decision win for Lennox Lewis. John Scully, what do you think?